Here comes a cafecito. Awesome. Be careful there. Oh, the birdies.
Yeah.
You got it going?
Yep.
Say hi to everyone. Good morning.
Morning.
So, we got plants.
Yeah.
We received some beautiful plants from our friends at Pure Winter's Color Choice.
Yes.
Yesterday.
Yes.
And we usually don't do unboxings a lot. We haven't done any in a while.
No.
But because reason being is because we're always trying to get them out and get them watered. But we wanted to share these with you because there is some beauties in there that are especially perfect for this climate, for warmer climates, like for southern gardens.
Yes, definitely.
And they do give a lot throughout the growing season.
Oh, yeah.
Should we start or should we zip a little bit more of our cafecito?
I think we should do both. Which one?
It's a very lovely morning, so we're trying to take advantage of this too. Right now I think we're starting in the mornings like high 50s, and then right now we're in the 70s.
We're supposed to get into the hundreds here in the next few days.
Triples already.
For a couple days. So, yeah, it's going to be something.
Yeah.
Which one would you like to start with?
How about we bring out the
one that's flowering?
No.
Oh, okay.
I want to talk about the button bush.
All right, we'll do that. Okay, so normally I unbox these from the bottom so I don't mess them up, but
can we sit?
Yeah.
Or you have the camera where it's only?
We can sit. Sit. Let me just move this over a little bit.
Just want to just chill.
Do one at a time here. All right, so the first one is the one that you were talking about.
Okay.
Nope, this is not it.
So most of these plants are native to North America, except for I think one, if I'm correct, and I have the paper here. And we literally received them yesterday. So what I want to do right now is make sure that I'm going to try to give you, we're both going to try to give you as much as information that we can right now about them, because some of them we really don't know that much about. So I'm going to look on here for more info. So this right here is called Sugar Shack Button Bush, and this is a native here in North America, but I'm going to say I've never grown it. I've never seen it in any of my family gardens.
No.
I don't think I have. I love it for a big reason. I think, first off, let me give you some information. Okay, so this right here can take full sun to part shade.
Yep.
It's also hardy 4 through 10, which that is a big deal for me. It is. I think, I don't know if you care too much about something that can pull through in winter. Meaning, I know we live in a warm climate. We are between an 8 and 9.
Yep.
But we do get those freezing temperatures at least the end of winter, like maybe for 2 weeks.
We do.
Around there, and that can cause some damage to some plants, really bad, or even lose them. So it's good to have plants that are cold hardy as well. So this one is 4 through 10. So it can stand the freezing temperatures in the winter, and it do well for in the heat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
In summer. What else did you want to say about it?
I love the blooming on it. It has a white...
He beat me to that.
It's called a button bush, but it's got this white... it's basically a seed pod surrounded by white little flowers that look... almost very sciencey, if that's a word. Whimsical, too.
Whimsical. That's what I was telling Ambrose. I was trying to find the word for it to describe it. If you want something really pretty in your garden, it's a native. But the good thing about this is, I'll let you talk about the flower first.
Okay.
I'm so excited for this.
Well, I mean, the flower, it's like Angie said, it's very whimsical. To me, it's very sciencey, if that's a word. Looks pretty awesome. And then in the fall, you get these... the seed pod actually turns red, so it's like a red, almost like a big red berry fruit. Yeah, that looks pretty amazing. And we'll pop some pictures on there so you guys can see what it looks like.
Something awesome too about the Sugar Shack is that it can take wet soils like bog areas, rain gardens.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you all, but we've lived in so many different places that we always have that wet spot somewhere.
Yep.
Right? And we don't know, like, what do we plant? What do we put in there that is not going to cause root rot? So this is great. You were saying, like, it would be great to plant by...
This would be great to plant by a play hibiscus, especially because they love that boggy soil as well.
Or you have those areas, the water faucet, for some reason, it's always, if it's wet or something there.
Yep, a very moist area would be good for it.
And then it can take, part shade. So usually that's the places that stay very moist. So that's great. That's something good about it too. What else can I don't want to get into so much detail. I think we are, though. I mean, if you see it out there, grab it. You have room for it. I'm just excited that it's more of a compact size and it has those beautiful whimsical blooms.
Oh, and the blooms actually have a great fragrance as well.
Yes, it says that sweet.
Very
right?
sweet. Yeah, very sweet. So exciting to have this one. Now we got to find, Angie said compact, but this is about 5 by 5. So we're going to have to find a spot where we can grow a 5 foot by 5 foot bush and maybe maintain it a little bit. But
we'll find a place.
Yeah, we'll find a spot.
I have an idea already.
So I'm going to set this one right over here. Next one is what you want to talk about next.
Oh my goodness, hydrangea for you hydrangeas lovers. So this is a new one, and I think it's actually going to be out for next year.
Yeah, you can actually go on their website and purchase a quart size right now. But if you're looking for anything this size or bigger, you're going to have to wait till next year to find it in garden centers. You can go ahead and tell them what that is.
This is called Stormproof. And there's a reason why it's called Stormproof. So this is a arborescens or
smooth hydrangea.
Annabelle hydrangea. And the thing is that I was actually going to look for an actual Annabelle because I miss in one of our first gardens we had a large one and I wanted this again. But so we have an arborescens in our garden, and this is more of a medium size. The Stormproof is still gets quite a good size, right? 3 by 4.
Yeah, 3 by 4. So it's going to be a good sized bush.
It's a white bloom.
Yep.
And the blooms are not going to be as big as, the original ones, but the plant is going to be completely full, covered in them. And I can tell you that these do that because we have other variety of these type of hydrangeas, the smooth hydrangeas from Permanent Winter's Color Choice, and they completely fill themselves out, with the right amount of sun.
Yep.
So why is it called Stormproof?
So it's called Stormproof because it's going to be one of those very hardy smooth hydrangeas. Normally you don't see that in a smooth hydrangea. In a smooth hydrangea, you get a storm or a very heavy rain, and very quickly you're going to see them flop over and stuff like that. But these were bred to withstand those kind of elements. I mean, so it's going to be one of those that's going to stand right back up. And these blooms are absolutely huge.
It's said that they're not that big, but they're a good size.
They look big. We've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 of them already starting, so that's exciting.
What I'm loving about this one, because I've seen pictures on it, I hope we can put some pictures so y'all can see the stems and the foliage. It's beautiful. The stem meaning that you can tell it's going to be able to support those big blooms. So I'm excited for that one. It is hardy zones 3 to 8.
3 to 8. Yep. So, we seesaw between an 8 and 9. So,
but we did bring some with us, and they're doing amazing.
They did just great. We chopped those all the way back to the ground, basically, and they're doing great.
They're some of the most easiest hydrangeas that you can grow, the arborescens variety.
All right,
and they're native to North America as well.
Yep. So excited about that one for our garden this year.
I want to say this one.
Which one's that one?
The name. You can talk about it. La Vida Más. Oh gosh, when this first came out and I heard about this one coming out, I was so excited. This is a Hawthorn.
Okay, I don't know if you're ready for this. Look at that.
Pink.
Beautiful.
Gosh, that is pretty.
Beautiful.
You can go ahead and explain and talk to them about this beauty.
So, this is an Indian Hawthorn. Beautiful looking blooms already, as you can see. The one thing I like about this plant is that it's going to be an all year round interest plant. That's probably the most excited I am about this plant, is to have something that's going to bloom like this from spring all the way till possibly fall, especially with our climate here.
Yeah.
And then in winter, have that beautiful interest. Now, I didn't see the exact pictures, but it says winter interest. I'm assuming we're gonna get some kind of color change in the foliage.
It's an evergreen here.
It is an evergreen.
Yeah, it's an evergreen.
I'm assuming we'll get some kind of foliage color, but yeah, look at these blooms. I mean, they absolutely look beautiful.
It's exciting because it's not just only going to, this hawthorn's not just going to be blooming, it's just not for spring.
Yeah.
So, we have the interest all growing season.
So a lot of these are new to us, so we're going back and forward looking at the stuff here, so we
Drought
make sure we cover.
and heat tolerant.
Yep.
What else are we?
Zone 8 through 10, so it's going to do absolutely wonderful in our climate here.
The size is what I like.
Yes. So this guy only gets about 2 feet tall. So if you're looking for a nice little flowering shrub to fill in a space in a bed, a border, or you just want it somewhere, in the open by itself, it's still going to provide that look for you, and it's only going to get about 2 feet tall, and it'll spread about 4 feet, but it's going to be a nice little mounding looking shrub that is going to be covered with these blooms in spring and fall.
Small space gardening. If any of you are dealing with that, small space gardening, as we just want to have so many different types of plants, but you can easily run out of, so there you go.
Absolutely beautiful. I'm loving this one again with the evergreen foliage there. It kind of reminds me, for some reason, like a Hoya leaf, which is kind of weird.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
it kind of gives me that
oh yeah, it's
that
very
look
thick. It's
and
pretty.
feel.
I love it. I can't wait to find a spot. Full sun.
I'm gonna move that one over there.
Yeah, that's full sun for sure.
Yep. And then I don't want to block Angie from the view there. And then what you got in the last one?
This is like, for me, I'm gonna say welcome to Texas.
Yep.
So this is what you call an Espiransa.
Yep.
They have it down as Tacoma Chiclet in gold.
Gold, yeah.
Gold, that's the name of it. So Espiransa for me is just very reminiscent of southern gardens of here, especially in Texas. When we were on our way back home to Texas, like we were just greeted. We were coming in summer, right? It was summer and it just blooming everywhere. And I remember telling Ambrose, we will have to have at least one in our garden. The reason I said at least one is because the original ones get really, really big.
Yeah.
We did add 2 to our garden last year.
Yeah.
And we had remembered that Prairie Winter's Color Choice does have these in other colors. We have the orange.
So we have the orange one, which is a very beautiful color, and I absolutely love the way that one looks, because it's something that we're used to here in Texas that we've seen everywhere. But in orange, and it looks absolutely amazing. But then you drive around here, especially in our neighborhood here, and they're not blooming yet. They're getting getting there. The native ones here in Texas and the ones that they sell at local nurseries here, they're gonna get huge. You're talking about 6 to 7 feet tall and about a 5-foot spread, and they have these beautiful yellow trumpet flowers. Now, this one from Prairie Winters is called Chiclet Gold, and it's gonna have the beautiful yellow trumpet flowers as well. But the difference with this one is, and I want to make sure I get it right. This one gets only about 3 feet wide, but it can go about 6 feet tall. So it's more column than it is a shrub or a bush. Again, the ones you're going to see out here in Texas are going to be big.
You can have them in containers as well.
Yep.
And they look very lovely paired up with other kind of plants underneath. Very pretty, but I'm very excited to have this. So that's why we have two, because we found them, in this variety, which is just great to have. We have a good sized garden, but it's not as big as we would like. Yep.
Now these, this is a Prairie Winters variety, so I can't attest to that. But these here in Texas, the Esperansas, what you're gonna want to do is they're gonna die back in winter. But from what we've seen and from what we know here in Texas, they get cut back severely and they come back twice as big. So that's one of the things you're going to want to do with these Esperansas.
I had to be very patient, and in future videos we'll show you, because we actually have to plant them. But we were, I thought we had lost them, and we didn't. You just got to be patient. You just got to cut it all the way back.
I'm looking behind me because I know we have one here. So this is... And it's not in a pot yet, so
this one is not in the ground yet.
So this is the Chiclet Orange, and you can see all this was cut back severely, but this is how much growth we have already that's coming back, and this is because it's in a pot. Those that we see out in the landscape, like in our neighborhood, they're already 3 times this size, so we can only imagine once this gets in the ground. We just didn't have a spot for it yet, but now that we're working here in the garden, we have plenty of room to be able to incorporate these into the garden here.
And the pollinators, especially the hummingbirds, because of the trumpet bloom, they love it.
Yep.
So these are the 4 plants that we have received from Prairie Winners Color Choice. Most of them you can, which ones? Except for the Incrediball, the what is it called? The Stormproof Hydrangea?
Stormproof, you're going to have to wait till next year to find it in a garden center.
Or order it. It can be ordered.
You can order it from a quart size. I will tell you, if you order from a quart size and you plant it this year, in the ground especially, it's going to come back twice as big. These are going to be fast growers from what we know and from our experience with other Annabelle hydrangeas from Prairie Winners. They're going to grow pretty big, and you can chop these all the way down to the ground. Which one are you more excited for?
That's not fair. You can't ask me that. I'm a big hydrangea lover and pink lover, and you got your whimsical over here with the Sugar Shack, and then Espiransa just screams home. I love them all. I'm excited for every single one of them. What I'm really excited is to be able to show you friends that are Southern gardeners, that there are a lot of possibilities with beautiful plants and some native plants that are beautiful and are more controlled in size and growth habit for the gardens, for the normal gardener, not one that has a lot of space, you know?
I'm more excited for that one. Only because we've lived in different zones. But we just haven't had the space to incorporate things that we want to incorporate. So we've worked with a lot of annuals, a lot of perennials, and we did have some shrubs, mainly hydrangeas. I am excited about hydrangea, but I'm more excited about incorporating something like this into the garden. I might have a spot for it already. I'm not sure yet. We're gonna have to discuss that.
I'm excited that they're all going to be able to take the heat here. Yeah. That's what I'm excited about, and we have a little bit of everything to plant in. Some are going to be able to take more of the shade and more moist soil. Some of them can tough out that harsh sun, especially in full-blown summer. So I'm excited that we have a lot to play with here. So it's been a very beautiful morning. We just wanted to share this with you because, once again, sometimes we don't get to show unboxes because we just want to get going and water the plants after we receive them.
Yeah, we try to get things out fast and get them watered and stuff so
it's the beginning of the week. So we just wanted to go ahead and say hello and have a cafecito with you out here. We still have beautiful mornings, so we're trying to take advantage of them. And we just wanted to share the plants. Who's not, who doesn't love to see plants, a plant unboxing?
Yep. So let us know in the comments which one you're more excited for, because I'm excited for that one. Angie's excited for the hydrangea. But these other two are going to do just as well in the garden. So I'm excited for all of them, really.
And hopefully one of these you can find out there for your garden, if maybe you're looking for something like this. So we'll talk more about them once we get them planted and get more into detail about them, and then you'll see them growing here in our garden.
Yep. So hope you enjoyed this quick unboxing. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.